Hello, this is Bread Boy. Today I'm going to have a look at the player Haroon, who sent his replay in the Rocket League Discord. He's looking for advice on how to stop missing the ball, how he can better manage boost, and recognizing different opportunities. I'll try to focus on these, but I'll touch on other mistakes as well. So let's get into it. So this is a common mistake and many people do it. In many situations, this being one of them, you don't really want to just hit the ball to the enemy side. Try instead to hit the ball on the left side when you're going in the air to hit it to the ground and then follow it from there. You want to do this when the opponent is sitting back in goal like Dumbo was there. And if it looks like he's leaving the goal and wants to go for it, then it's okay for you to hit it like you did, but just be more centered on the goal when you do so. So here you didn't commit. This ball could have been hit over you and into the goal had the enemy had a good angle and didn't miss like they did. In these situations, it's important to commit to either offense or defense and not be indecisive during a play. You should have either went up for the ball way earlier or rotated back into goal way earlier since your teammate was forward like that. Good attempt here, but what I would recommend is for you to practice dribbling a little bit more often. When you dribble without the ball on top of your car like you did here, it can sometimes work to your advantage, but it's much more difficult to defend if you have it on top of your ball and have the ability to pop it at your leisure or to even go as far as to flick it. Even just practicing to pop the ball or carry it on top of your car can help you in these situations. To practice this, you can just go into free play and try to keep the ball on top of your car as long as possible to practice your control. So here I would have likely contested the ball a lot earlier before it drifted in the air and centered in front of your goal. Going for shots like these as soon as possible is really one of your best options to prevent the ball being in an advantageous position for your enemy team. So here you should have gone for the bounce right here instead of waiting for the next one. The action you took here gives more time for the enemy to react. So far, it seems like you are really hesitant when it comes to going up for shots. Here, I believe you could have gone up and likely beat the enemy to the ball if you jumped right here as soon as you could, instead of just letting him take it. A solution to this would be to practice your aerials more and try to get more comfortable with getting off the ground quickly. And then also what you did here, that was a good half flip that you had. Let me go back to that. I'm glad that you have the mechanic of half flipping down. Um, but it would have been much better to front flip into the ball afterwards instead of side flipping here, as it would have cleared it to the side much better. So usually it's pretty easy to defend stuff that's going up the wall like you took it here as a defender. What I think would have been better is to let me scroll back a little bit more. Try to let's see. I would say try to work your way around the ball like that, and then try to dribble it down the pitch that way, and then see if you can get a dribble play on them. Right here, I would say flipping into the shot wasn't really necessary. The ball could have been hit in by hitting it to the side without flipping. Let's see if I can. Yeah, so trying to aim for, probably this section of the ball here. Actually, probably more like around here. And you want to hit that with this corner of your car. And then that should, just that touch itself should direct the ball into the net for you. So there's definitely no need for you to flip in this situation though. Nice contest there. So here, instead of hitting the ball for the sake of hitting it, like you went up for here, you could have possibly taken, probably could have tried to take it up the wall or try to set up some sort of pass from the wall for your teammate. It's usually better to keep as much possession of the ball as you can and not give it up if you can help it. So just hitting it for the sake of hitting it like was done here is really not a good course of action for your team. So here, what would have been best would be setting up a bouncing dribble. So this is where you pop the ball up lightly by hitting it, and just as you want to hit it just as it bounces to give it a little bit of air, but not too much, and then repeating this process until you shoot the ball finally. These shots are really unpredictable and hard to block as a goalie. I'll point out the specific spot where you probably want to hit it. So right when it bounces there, you want your car to be you want your car like around this area here, and you want to be able to either just like move very slightly forward to pop it up more, and just keep repeating that until you get to the goal and you're ready to do a shot. So as I mentioned earlier, these are one of the spots where it's useful to have a good amount of dribble training under your belt. This spot right there. So here you take your eye off the ball for a very good length of time, which gives you little time to react when the ball shows up. So just try to remember to toggle your ball cam a little bit more often, or use the directional stick to be able to check your camera. Here you went way too wide to the ball and barely hit it with the side flip. In these spots, you want to make sure you're hitting the ball straight on for a better hit, and potentially sending it towards your teammate to the right. I'll rewind to there. So this is probably another factor of just reading where the ball's gonna bounce, because it seemed you weren't prepared for the ball bouncing to that spot. Um, you probably want your car shifted a bit more over here when the ball bounce happened, and then you want to drive at it and hit it straight on, and then you want to aim for your teammate over here to potentially set him up for something, and then you wait back while you get ready for a potential follow-up. So starting around, I'd say around here, you shouldn't have been shadowing your teammate this close. If something gets past you both, there's really no one left behind to defend a shot, had someone been there to follow this up here. he passed it. So let's see. So just try to keep an eye out for what's going on in the game. Uh, Paying more attention can really help you when you need to know where the enemy is and where your teammate is. Being aware of your surroundings would have prevented you from bumping into your teammate like you did here. Right there, turning off your ball cam for that long period of time was really dangerous and could have instantly made you unprepared had the enemy hit it earlier. As I mentioned earlier, try to keep your eyes on the enemies and the ball. Alright, and that's the game. So to kind of summarize what I talked about in this video, some of the things I noticed were most of your ground play you weren't too comfortable with. I noticed some spots where you could have likely set up a dribble play had you been comfortable getting the ball on top of your car. Another thing is I really saw you hesitate a lot during this game and mostly going up for aerials and things like that. Just practicing any of your aerial playlists to practice with. Just practicing getting up as fast as you can and not just getting up to get up, you know. Um, I did see that you have some mechanics down, such as half flipping, so that's really great. Um, yeah, just don't hit the ball for the sake of hitting it. Try to really have intent when you're trying to figure out where you want to take the ball. Try to set up some passes to your teammate if you can. Um, and when you're doing so, make sure you're really hitting the ball directly and not like weakly with the side of your car. Unless, of course, your teammate is, to the left or the right of you, where a side flip would be beneficial in terms of passing it that way. Um, Try to keep your eye on the ball. Don't take your ball cam off for too long, as it can really throw you off if the enemy's hitting the ball to you quickly. And in addition, turning off ball cam once in a while or using your directional stick to look around is going to be really useful for identifying where the enemy is at as well as where your teammates are at to prevent any surprises. Also, make sure you're giving your teammates a good deal of space in most situations, unless you know for sure that you're going to be able to get a goal off of it. Being too close to your teammate can often lead to open goals and defensive errors, so just keeping that in mind. So yeah, that looks like it's about it. So if you have any questions for me, you can send me a direct message on the Discord and I'll get right back to you. Thanks.